Hey there, BuzzListers. I hope you all are well. Today, we embark on a journey into the very heart of ethical and spiritual living as we delve into the profound wisdom of the Ten Commandments. These divine directives, bestowed upon Moses amidst the rugged peaks of Mount Sinai, have served as a moral compass for humanity for millennia. But what exactly are these Ten Commandments of God, and why do they hold such immense importance? Join me as we embark on this enlightening exploration, delving into each commandment, unpacking its profound significance, and discovering how its wisdom can transform our lives today. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to BuzzList for more daily faith-based content like this. The first commandment, I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. It establishes a fundamental truth. There is one God. This commandment calls us to center our lives on the one true God. It's about examining our hearts and priorities. Are we placing wealth or status above our devotion to God? Aligning with God brings boundless love and fulfillment. The second commandment, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. It's about authenticity, approaching God with a pure heart, free from physical representations. God's power and glory transcend any image we could create. It warns against creating idols of the heart, like possessions or achievements. Approach God with humility, recognizing his infinite nature. The third commandment, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. The third commandment focuses on the power and sanctity of God's name, urging us to treat it with the utmost reverence and respect. To take God's name in vain was to treat his very being with contempt. This commandment goes beyond simply refraining from using God's name as a curse word. It calls us to be mindful of the words we speak, ensuring that they reflect the reverence and awe we should have for our Creator. In a world often characterized by casualness and irreverence, this commandment challenges us to cultivate a spirit of gratitude and humility. It reminds us that we are not entitled to use God's name lightly or disrespectfully. Furthermore, this commandment encourages us to be people of integrity, whose words and actions are aligned with our professed beliefs. The third commandment is a call to live lives characterized by truthfulness, integrity, and reverence. The fourth commandment, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. The fourth commandment introduces the Sabbath, a day set aside for rest and the remembrance of God. In a busy world, this commandment calls us to prioritize rest, renewal, and spiritual nourishment. The Sabbath is a day dedicated to connecting with God and loved ones and engaging in joyful activities. Setting aside time for rest allows us to recharge and appreciate life. The fifth commandment, honor thy father and thy mother. The fifth commandment shifts our focus from our relationship with God to our relationships with others, emphasizing the importance of honoring our parents. This commandment recognizes the vital role that parents play in our lives as our first caregivers, teachers, and role models. Honoring our parents involves more than simply obeying them when we are young. It encompasses a deep respect for their wisdom, experience, and the sacrifices they have made for us. It means treating them with kindness, patience, and understanding, especially as they age. However, this commandment also acknowledges the complexities of family relationships. Not all of us have had perfect relationships with our parents. Ultimately, the fifth commandment is about cultivating a spirit of gratitude and respect for those who have shaped our lives. By honoring our parents, we honor the very foundation of love, commitment, and sacrifice upon which strong families are built. The sixth commandment, thou shalt not kill. The sixth commandment stands as a stark reminder of the sanctity of human life. It is a resounding declaration that every person created in the image of God possesses inherent dignity and worth, and that no one has the right to take another's life. This commandment goes beyond prohibiting physical murder. It calls us to examine the ways in which we might participate in or contribute to a culture of violence and disregard for human life. The sixth commandment challenges us to be peacemakers, to stand up for the vulnerable, and to promote a culture of life in all that we do. Furthermore, this commandment encourages us to be mindful of the words we speak. In a world often marred by violence, hatred, and division, the sixth commandment stands as a beacon of hope, urging us to embrace a path of peace, compassion, and respect for the dignity of all people. The seventh commandment, thou shalt not commit adultery. The seventh commandment delves into the sacredness of marriage and the importance of sexual purity. It establishes boundaries designed to protect the sanctity of this sacred union and to promote fidelity, trust, and commitment within the marriage covenant. Adultery, a betrayal of the marriage vows, strikes at the very heart of this sacred bond. It not only inflicts deep emotional pain on the betrayed spouse, but also undermines the foundation of trust upon which a strong and healthy marriage is built. However, the seventh commandment goes beyond the physical act of adultery. It speaks to the importance of guarding our hearts and minds. The seventh commandment is about channeling our sexuality in ways that honor God, strengthen our relationships, and promote wholeness and integrity within ourselves and our communities. The eighth commandment, thou shalt not steal. The eighth commandment addresses the right to private property and the importance of honesty. It calls for fairness, generosity, and respect for others' possessions. Stealing violates trust and disregards others' well-being. This commandment challenges our attitudes towards material possessions. It calls us to be good stewards and use our resources for the betterment of all. The ninth commandment, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbour. The ninth commandment focuses on the power of our words and the importance of truthfulness. It is a call to be people of honesty and to stand up for what is right. Bearing false witness includes any form of dishonesty that harms another's reputation. The ninth commandment calls us to be peacemakers and promote harmony in our relationships. The 10th commandment, thou shalt not covet. The 10th and final commandment delves into the deepest recesses of the human heart, addressing the root of many sins, covetousness. It is a call to cultivate contentment, gratitude, and a spirit of generosity, rather than allowing ourselves to be consumed by envy and a desire for what we do not have. Coveting goes beyond simply wanting what others have. It is a consuming desire that breeds discontentment, dissatisfaction, and a sense of lack in our own lives. This commandment challenges us to examine the state of our own hearts. The 10th commandment reminds us that true happiness and fulfillment are not found in accumulating more things, but in cultivating a grateful heart, appreciating what we have, and finding joy in the simple pleasures of life. When we are content with our own lot in life, we are more likely to be generous towards others, sharing our resources and blessings with those in need. As we conclude our exploration of the 10 Commandments, it becomes abundantly clear that these timeless principles are not merely archaic rules, but rather enduring guidelines for living a life of purpose, meaning, and moral integrity. They provide a framework for building strong relationships, fostering just and compassionate communities, and cultivating inner peace and fulfillment. While the world around us may change, the fundamental truths embodied in the 10 Commandments remain constant. They remind us of our responsibility to love God, to love our neighbour, and to live lives characterized by honesty, integrity, and respect for all. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery. If you found this exploration insightful, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe BuzzList for more inspiring content. May the calm and reflective music you're hearing enhance your viewing experience and inspire moments of contemplation long after the video ends.